I'm Lucia Leonard, wife of Dion, who took on the Badwater 135 this year on July 19th, 2021. I've made a small video just about the whole crewing aspect as I was the chief crew for this amazing journey. I hope you get something out of the video and learn something if you decide to head out to Badwater as either a runner or part of the crew. The Badwater 135 is known as the world's toughest foot race, going 135 miles, 217 kilometres non-stop from Death Valley to Mount Whitney. The race starts at 280 feet below sea level at the Badwater Basin, then heads up through Furnace Creek and Stovepipe Wells, through Panamint Springs into Lone Pine before making the final ascent up to Whitney Portal. The race covers 3 mountain ranges for a total of 14,600 feet of cumulative vertical ascent and 6,100 feet of cumulative descent. We have a Dodge Caravan. This is our crew van. There's going to be 4 of us in here crewing and pacing Dion along Badwater 135. Now, what is actually in the van? This is actually the recommended race van, so this is the size that you're pretty much stuck with. Now, in the van, we have Aaron, one of the crew. Tip we've been given is to put towels onto the seats because we're going to be very slippery with sweat. Plus, the sun is going to make the seats extremely hot. So we don't want that. Inside, we have got a thermometer we're going to tape to the outside of the car so we know how hot it is along the way. Hand gel because it's COVID. And we have actually got some leather gardening gloves because the steering wheel is going to get super hot during the day and trying to drive while you're going like that is going to be really difficult. Okay, so that's kind of the car setup. So you can see that sliding doors, which is handy. Oh, we've got a couple of umbrellas to give shade if we need. Then into the back. So if we can pan in there, we have got 40 gallons of water. Hopefully that's going to be enough. We have got another drum which is full of water, which is huge. How many gallons is that? A lot. Probably 20. And that's going to be full of ice and water to make the drinks. We have got a Yeti cooler box that is going to be full of ice just for drinks. So we're not contaminating that with any bottles of drink or anything like that. So that is just purely ice for drinks. We've got some backup soft drinks in here, which is going to be our ledge as well. We have got, this is going to be our crew platter. So as we go to meet Dion, we'll be taking a spray bottle. We have got a sponge to wet his neck. And then we've got our little caddy, which we're going to have with 3 cold drinks in there. We're going to have sunscreen, lube, chapstick, and a few other bits and bobs in there. We've got a bucket so we can put some water in there and a sponge to cool him off, and of course the spray bottles to keep him cool along the way and keep us cool as well. That is in that. Food. We have got a truckload of food. Paper towels. We've got a range of gels and shot blocks, stroopwafels. We've got plenty of crisps. We have got things like dried bacon, meat sticks, dried mango. We've got pot noodles. We've got mayonnaise to make some sandwiches. Pringles. Twinkies, anyone? Crackers. We've got some ginger snaps. And we just have a whole range of like Cheez-Its and all sorts of Oreos and things like that, hoping that he will actually want to eat some of that. Okay. On top of the food, we come over here. We've also got some healthy stuff. Watermelons, bananas, sugar donuts. Not sure that's healthy, but it's coming. We've got a load of oranges and a load of grapes as well. We've got some mini muffins and little slider rolls to make some sandwiches along the way. Then in the rest of the car, we have got towels. So we're going to be wetting the towels to put over the cooler boxes just to keep them as cool as possible. That is a tip from Nancy and Joe, who have rangered in Death Valley for 8 years. Good tip from them. In this cooler box, I'll have a look in there. That is full of Coke, Mountain Dew. We've got Powerades in there. We've got Odie fruity things. We've got fruity boxes, apple juice, coconut water, you name it. It's in this cooler box. Ice still to be added. Oh, and there's a few little chocolates in there too. We've got a tarp in case we need to provide shade to Dion. We have got a load of face cloths. So we're going to be using that to wet and wipe ourselves and wipe him down. We have got a big shady hat. And we have got a race bag. So this is Dion's crew bag. And this has got his spare shoes. We've got ice bandanas. We've got calf sleeves. We've got arm sleeves that you can put ice into, sunglasses, some exoskin socks, and then in here has all his spare clothes, so, which isn't really a lot, but we've got some sun hats and just a couple of different shirts, a sun shirt and things like that in there. Then this is kind of the fun bag, if you will, in a way. A few non-fun stuff, some drinking bottles, toilet paper. We have got one of these. Hopefully that will turn off in a second. That's so he can see us at night, because he starts at 11 o'clock at night and there's going to be so many cars along the road, how will he know who's who? We have got pom-poms. Yay! We have got, this is our ice crusher. So we're going to put ice in this bag and smash it on the road. And we have got some after sun. Hopefully we're not going to be needing that because we're putting on lots of sunscreen along the way. We've got a sleeping mat and some glow in the dark sticks somewhere as well. We also have another box of goodies. So this has got stuff like our flashing runner lights that we need to wear at night, our reflective vest things that we have to wear when you're running or pacing. We have got class 3 reflective shirts that all the crew have to wear when they're not pacing. And I've got like handhelds, we've got race belt to put the number on. We have got biffy bags because when you go to the toilet you have to do it in one of these, so that should be an adventure. We have got head torches, so a load of Kagala lights and head torches in there. And in this drawer over here we have got a load of Tailwind and other hydration packs, salt tablets and just electrolyte kind of stuff in there. And in this drawer is like our first aid, so we've got things like sunscreen, deodorant, it's not really first aid, but there is first aid in there, Tylenol, we've got tissues, lubes, we've got tape, we've got massage oil, wet wipes, zinc, and then we've got a little first aid kit with some scissors and tweezers and needles in case we need to deal with any blisters and bandaging up of things like that. Hopefully we won't. And we have got a load of pickle juice. I think there's one for me and one for Dion. That is kind of the car. So hopefully we haven't forgotten anything. And that's a hell of a lot of stuff to fit in this little space. And here is our unofficial crew member, Dawn, who has the enviable task of staying in Vegas in air conditioning, looking after our 2 monsters. Hi, Gaby.
Hey, guys.
Hi, Lara. You're in safe hands with Dawn.
Say good luck. Good luck.
So we're here with Rob Steger, otherwise known as Training for Ultra, and he is part of the support crew and pacing So, Rob, why did you decide to say yes to Dion's lovely invitation to come and crew him?
I mean, selfishly, I've had a fascination with this race. Anytime I see World's Toughest, it's always like, oh yeah, okay, whatever. But this is starting to live up to its kind of motto, and Dion's been a longtime friend, Lucia also, so it's an easy ask to come hang out, have fun, go run with some of my good running buddies. And I know Dion would do the same thing for me, so I'm just excited. And I'm honored that he would trust me with a race of this importance. There's a ton that goes into training, whether it be heat or just the miles and the finance. Like, this is not a cheap race, and the travel and everything else behind it. So it's an honor to be here and to be asked to help. And just generally speaking, I've never run in heat this hot for an extended period of time. So it's one thing if I can go out for 3 miles in 110, like I've actually done that before, but never have I run probably 10 times that. So I'm juggling a lot of balls between pacing, crewing, and then also trying to make a high quality film to share the experience. And just generally speaking, I think this is a great team that's been assembled, and I think we'll have a lot of fun, at least for the first half.
So here we are with Aaron. He is our support crew and star pacer from Texas. So Aaron, why did you say yes to Dion's invitation to come and pace him at this crazy race?
Yeah, when I first got started into ultra running, Badwater was one of the first races I heard about. I never thought that I would be doing it myself and actually be competing, but I've had the opportunity to pace Lucia. I've had the opportunity to pace Dion at several races, and it's just been a great experience so far. And I think, being able to be a part of Dion's journey and being a small part of helping him get to that finish line kind of gives intrinsic value to me. But also, this is a bucket list race. It's one of the most famous races, I think, in the ultra community. So just to be out here is pretty special.
Cool. And what scares you most about the next 30 odd hours?
What scares me most is Dion feeling great during some nighttime hours or in the morning, and him just being super heat trained, and me getting dropped. That's always my first one. That's followed up by me being breaking a rule or something like that, and just being a terrible crew member and DQing him or costing him some time. So after those, definitely the heat is, goes without saying. Is I've equated it to a dog breathing hot air on your face and you can't escape it. What I've said is, imagine the hottest day that you've ever experienced wherever you live. That is the coolest day that you will ever experience here. So I think that all of those three things kind of combined are going to be really challenging and definitely kind of scare me a little bit.
We're on the road. Aaron's studying in the back. What are you doing, Rob? You doing some filming?
Trying, yeah.
And our runner is driving.
Yeah, absolutely. Can't wait.
Death Valley, here we come!
Yeah!
When you start seeing signs like this, shit has got real. Oh, I don't know if you can see these misters, but now this would be heaven to have while we're out running the race. Unfortunately, it's only at the store, so I'm going to enjoy it while I'm here.
Oh, hey, nice to see you again. So cool.
You stitched me up with the number, man.
Yeah, right? Right, 2021 Badwater 135.
We're here at Badwater Basin. We're about 12 hours until Dion starts his race. How are you feeling?
Oh, nervous, hot, ready to go. All those things. Looking forward to it. It's going to be a massive challenge. It's going to be the toughest race I've ever done. That's what it's called, the world's toughest foot race. 135 miles through the heat of Death Valley. Yeah, it's going to be a push to get to the finish line.
And what's the thing that excites you about the race?
The finish line. I don't think there's too much excitement. I guess it's more nervousness and just wanting to get through it and complete stuff. You know, get through the night and then get through all day tomorrow. I mean, there's lots of running, there's lots of challenges, 15,000 feet of climbing. So it's just really taking it small little chunks at a time, getting through them all, ticking them off. It's dawned on me like how much this race is going to take out of me, how difficult it's going to be. The conditions are just barren, but I'm up for the challenge. Equally excited to get going as well and to really start making my way.
It all makes sense. Like, why are we wearing this ridiculous, like, reflective?
Yeah, all the training and everything is it's all down to this now. Finally here. It's taken 4 or 5 months to get here, and it's a lot of hard work. So looking forward to just getting on the road now.
Are you relaxed? Are you nervous?
Pretty relaxed, yeah, because I just want to get to the finish line, so I'm not putting any pressure on myself. Just gonna really just churn it out and see how we get on during the night.
So we're about 6 miles in and we are full of flashing lights. We have to have a flashing front light and rear light. Hazard lights have to be on. And you can see our crew across the road there waiting for Dion.
So is this Ice Bandana 101?
Ice Bandana 101, ice in here. We've got our Key Peak yellow ice bandana. We're going to roll that up into a sausage. And then we're going to wrap that around Dion's neck. So,
What are the towels? Why do you have towels on the coolers?
this is so to keep them cool and to stop the heat from attacking the cooler boxes. That's the advice from Joe and Nancy, and we're just keeping them as wet as possible, and it seems to be working a little bit.
The slider maker extraordinaire.
Voila. The sun is coming up. We're about to have Dion come to us, and we are kind of hitting the 40 odd miles. Looking good. Day is breaking. Dion is moving through the field at a rapid pace.
Right, I'm struggling to eat.
We've just done Stovepipe Wells, 42.5 miles. We've got less than 100 miles to go. Woo! Woohoo! Joe.
Woohoo!
And what do we got? We've got to climb now.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice big climb for the next sort of 18 miles
Something like that.
up to Panamint. Then we descend into Panamint Springs. How you feeling, Rob?
Intimidated.
You ready
First
to
time
pace?
I've run in this level of a race at this extreme of a temperature.
It's going to be fun.
So, yeah, I'm all prepared and we've had a lot of fun so far. Dion's looking super solid.
He
I'm
is.
really, really impressed with how he's coming to life. So hopefully we can help him get to the finish.
What are you pouring there, Aaron?
Just some pickle juice.
yeah?
Stay hydrated. Last thing you want is to get a cramp. We got a big downhill section. Dion's looking great. He's about 12 hours in, about 60 miles so far. And he's looking real strong. So last thing I wanted to do is cramp up.
Wise choice.
Got it.
So I just finished a section pacing with Dion. I don't know how he's doing this. Oh my goodness. And ended up doing 4 miles instead of the planned 2. So on just water, which was not a good idea. So now I'm trying to hydrate. I've got something to drink. And it's really tough out there. He is a machine. He's powering on. He's on schedule for sub 30-hour finish. State of the car is a shit tip as well. We've got ice, we've got drinks, we've got food again from Panamint Springs, and I'll talk to you again in a minute. Who is just freaking amazing. How does he manage to do it? It's so hard out there. Anyway, he's getting it done and amazing, so proud. Good job. Come across the road. We're just about at Lone Pine, where we're going to get some cheeseburgers and some more ice. It is time for the blinky lights to start again. We are waiting for Dion to come over this road here. Excuse my hair. I haven't slept for quite a while and it's been hot and sweaty. He is doing fantastic. I think he is in about 13th place and cracking along nicely. So wishing him a safe finish. It's not long now. In the middle of Death Valley. And I think we're about 107 miles in. And it's now nighttime, as you can see, and I get to be serenaded by the blinking lights of the car, as well as the blinking lights on me. I think I'm going crazy. And this is how it's done. We stand on
milk? Yes, please.
the white line, and we meet our runner. And chocolate milk. Dion is running like a machine, fueled by Nesquik tonight.
Hot machine.
Hot machine.
We got tailwind here. How's that doing? How's the water?
Do you want to spray
swap.
down?
You want to swap?
Yeah.
Do you want to spray down at the next one? No?
No, I do, yeah. Oh, lube.
Lube? Okay.
Lube.
Okay, lube coming up.
You know, I don't want to admit, but I'm better shorter.
This is it, come on! Badwater 135!
Attaboy, Dion!
Come on! Woo! That's it! Woo! Woo! Yes!
Right there, guys.
Yeah.
Very cool.
What a journey. Awesome.
Congratulations.
It was great,
You are a Badwater 135 official finisher.
yeah. Awesome. Thank you so much.
So hold this with 2 hands from the top.
Gotcha.
There you go. And here's your buckle.
Right.
Badwater 135 2021, and in Latin it says, "Beauty is difficult to attain," but you did.
Yeah, it was a
So
great course.
we'll
Enjoyed
hand
it.
and then look forward at this camera first.
What an epic race. Dion did an amazing job. I was absolutely in awe the entire way through the race as to how he paced himself, how he composed himself and held himself together and just ran phenomenally well. He was on fire. It was an inspiration to watch, and obviously he couldn't have done it without us as crew. Now, this is just to go through what worked and what didn't. So if you're going to be crewing Badwater, it might give you some tips. Out of everything we took, so I'd mentioned that we had 40 gallons of water. If I was to do it again, I would only take 20. We used a lot of the ice that melted in the drinks, and obviously he drank a lot of the drinks that we had in the cooler box as well. So out of that, I would just take the 20 gallons of water, not the 40. Obviously Dion did it in 30 hours. If you're going to be going for 40, 46 hours, then possibly another 10 gallons of water would be good. You can buy water along the way. It did add a lot of weight into the car, which probably was tough on the car, that's for sure. In terms of the drinks in the cooler box, that was probably a good amount. We did have probably a box of mixed soft drinks over at the end. Well, we're not huge soft drink drinkers, so I think that was a good amount. In terms of food, Dion really struggled to eat in the heat, which is a normal thing, but we thought he might have been able to stomach some food during the night. This wasn't the case. So Dion relied heavily on liquid energy, so drinking chocolate milks, soft drinks, juices, Powerades, Gatorades, things like that, and consumed a lot of gels and also a lot of Tailwind and Vitalite in his drinks as well. So in the end, our food bucket was quite wasted. I guess the crew, we ate bits and pieces and grazed along the way, but real food was just a real issue for all of us. One other point I did want to share was a cooling technique. Now, we're all experienced ultra runners and thought we had a pretty good grasp of what to do when the temperature got hot. But there was one point going up the climb from Panamint Springs. So it was the heat of the day for Dion. It was probably 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And he hadn't stopped at Panamint Springs to cool down. A lot of the runners stopped there for quite a while. So he was overheating a little bit and we needed to get his body temperature down. And we were doing what we thought was right. We had some wet towels on him and we're cooling his head and giving him some cold drinks to cool down. But then we had the competing team, Oswaldo Lopez and their crew, previous winners of Badwater, and just they were amazing. Such camaraderie and such support, considering we were fighting for position with them. They actually came over and helped us out. So a learning point from that is that we had Dion's chair sat at the back of the car. They actually moved it over to the passenger sliding door, so you were getting the cooler air coming through the car. He also had a bucket of ice and water, lots of towels in there, and he was putting the towels on the pulse points, on his neck, on his chest, doing the dabbing onto the wrists, and then putting ice cold wet towels on his back and also on his head. And then he gave us a glass of plastic cup with ice and some ginger ale in there, and he was sipping on that. And 10 minutes of that and Dion was back to life. So we started implementing that process throughout the next few hours while we're in the hottest part of the day. So that is a super tip for your runner or the crew. That is going to help. What did Dion wear during the race? So started in the night and he had on a vest top that we had bought from Walmart, really simple, just basic technical equipment, and a pair of shorts. He did have an ice bandana on. Then during the day, he switched into the Raid Light SPF protection long sleeve white shirt, kept his same pair of shorts on. Ice bandana again, he had the Nathan ice bandana, which is really good. It's got a little zip pocket, really lightweight and sits nicely on him. We had a couple of sun hats from REI, just big wide brim, like grandma hats we called them. He had Exoskin toe socks, which was fantastic, and he wore the Hoka Cliftons. He did try and change out of the shoes and the socks into alternatives along the way, but found he could feel that immediately on his feet, so changed back. Then switching back into the night, he changed the long sleeve back into just a simple Run Swiftly, I think, from Lululemon. And yeah, just kept the ice bandana going the whole time. So that was the key things that he wore. Lubed up with Sport Shield and used Gurney Goo on his feet for protection there as well. Overall, we had a very successful Badwater, a rookie runner and a rookie crew, 6th place, 30 hours, 12 seconds. It was phenomenal. No sleep was had. Well, there were a couple of naps for us crew along the way, but literally no sleep. Amazing effort. I hope you find this video useful if you're heading out to either run or crew Badwater, and happy to hear comments or ask me questions. I'm at Running Dutchie on Instagram and runningdutchie@hotmail.com. If you're heading out to Badwater, have a fantastic time, a great adventure, and it is a once in a lifetime opportunity, so enjoy it.